digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Yes, guys, welcome to THFC Till We Die, home of Tottenham past, present, and exciting future on the Chirpy, the mascot, because I ain't getting no excited under Thomas Frank, and I'm not excited over the football team at the moment. So, yes, Chirpy's the one that gets me up and gets me going in the morning, gets me supporting Tottenham Hotspur. So, big up, Chirpy. You're the only mascot that never lets me down. Yeah, apologise, I'm an hour late. I do apologise. I just had a small issue here on my end to sort out, but all is okay. All is fine. But yeah, I do apologise. I'm not normally that late, and normally, if I am going to be late, I'm normally quick enough on the mark to change the stream time, but just didn't have a chance to do it, to be fair. So I do apologise. But I am here now and here for the next half hour. Let's welcome a few people in. Big up to DJ Sam. Said Thomas, the rank engine might be going today, tomorrow. I have the very latest for you on that, actually, so we'll give you that. Big up to Lucky Glazer out fans. Shame as we demand as real fans that some players like Shaw and Co can go to a different club in Belgium. Big up to Greeny Xeno cards or ones or zeros and ones all around. It would have been easy to do that, to be fair. It would have been really easy to give them all ones and zeros, but I've had to be honest about it. But if that would have been the easy one. Somebody does get a -1, and I won't tell you who, but somebody does get a -1. Big up to Wayne Boy. He says, I want a douchebag out of my club. He can make his colostomy bag style of football with him. Big up to him. Taking Tell off again. Leaving Morani on again. Yeah, he is absolutely. And he said, I realised last night how bad it is when my cousin told me he said he sold his season ticket and that he had for 15 years to his mate. Wow. Hang on, I can't read because I've got the wrong glasses on. Yes, when you do get old, you have to wear different pairs of glasses. Yeah, well, that's something. That is something. Big up to William. He said the referee 4. I didn't rate the ref. I should give the ref a rate, actually. Referee 4, Thomas Frank 3, Vicario 6, Spence 6, Porro 4, Romero 6, Vidivem 5, Biss 7, Tail 6, Morani 3, Odebar 4, Gray 3, Simmons 3, Solanke 5. Not bad, William. Not bad at all. Big up to Nico Williams. Needs gone today. Put it this way, Dortmund. Does Dortmund want him to stay or go? I think stay, but I have got the latest for that, so I'll give it to you in a few minutes. Big up to John 68. Big up Dermo, Wayne and chat. Is Frank going to be gone while Sturmo's on there, or is Gladstone going to be gone first? I tell you, could Slot be gone first? There is rumours flying around football that Arnie Slot could be sacked as Liverpool manager. So we are going to wait for the latest on that. Big up to winning. West Ham United played well in patches. They were pretty ordinary overall. We were poor. The ref was average. Spent more time talking to his staff rather than watching the game. Substitution baffling. It is baffling with him. Absolutely. Woodgard says it all when he have to bring on Dickhead Basuma on. He's one of our, but he was one of the best players yesterday. Big up to Simon Red, Morning Doma, and all rating zeros for everyone except Biscuits at 5. This one now, look, I anyone that's used to Samaritans, I think they're brilliant. They do a brilliant service, but I couldn't. I just find this funny. I do. I just do find this funny, right? I think it's the best stream actually. Dermo's like he must be on the phone to the Samaritans after Frank's masterclass yesterday. Look, for a person that has run Samaritans over the years and in the past when I was younger, they're a fantastic service. And big up to everyone that does it. But I have to say that is a good one, mate. That is a good one. That is a very good one. Big up to David Clark as well. He says Vicario 3, Porra 5, Romero 5, Van de Ven 5, Davis 5, Gallagher 5, Ray 3, Simmons 5, Tail 5, Moroni 2, Odebear 2, Berger 4, Basuma 8, and Solanke 5. Who else have we got coming in now? Big up to you. It says, Sup Dermot, hope you're well. Yeah, I'm well, Wayne. Sorry, I had a little issue I had to sort out, and I totally forgot to change the stream time. So that's on me. So I'm bad. And then big up to Niall. Big up to you, Niall. Bassoon was one of the best players because he didn't train with Frank. Yeah, probably. He's probably training with the under 21s. And big up to Ange him. He says, so disappointed with the team's performance. I'm not disappointed with it, Ange him. I'm absolutely really angry with it. But what can you do? We're not the manager. We're the fans. We're the ones that pay the money. We're the ones that pay this club money to keep everything going. And it's bad in my view. It's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Right, the latest on Thomas Frank. This is one I got this morning. Right. As things stand, Thomas Frank is expected to remain in the dugout for the midweek game versus Dortmund on Tuesday. Eternally, there is an acceptance that this could be his final game in charge, but no official confirmation or decision has been communicated by the club at this stage. The situation remains fluid, with key figures wanting to avoid a rush call ahead of a crucial fixture. Pochettino is understood to be open and ready to return to Tottenham Hotspur with an expectation that any move would only be triggered once the World Cup cycle concludes. For now, Spurs are in a wait-and-see mode, but the groundwork behind the scenes is clearly being laid. It really is one to watch closely over the next 72 hours. So that is the latest I've got on Thomas Frank. Very briefly, what I've been told and what I've been told this morning, that he will be in charge for Tottenham versus Dortmund on Tuesday. Pochettino is open for a return, and also the next 72 hours could be crucial, whether he stays or goes. Now, there is a scenario where he does go between now and Tuesday, and he does go between now and Tuesday, and an interim is brought in, or there's a chase they give him Tuesday and give him time. I don't know why they're giving them time. This is the bit I don't understand. I don't understand why they're giving them time. I don't understand why they're saying they're giving them Tuesday if they know it's not going to improve. They know the team's not going to improve. They know the players are not playing with them. It's a crucial Champions League game, and they need to get rid. I just think the board have no guts. The board have no guts whatsoever. The season's done. We're not going to win the Champions League. We're flying towards relegation. Get it done and get them gone. The board are gutless. They are gutless completely. I do know, and you can say what you want about Daniel Levy, but if Daniel Levy was here, he would have been gone already. He would have taken the plunge. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you for your services. There's your payout. You're going. I understand they're paying an awful lot of money for him and his backroom staff. I get that. But enough is enough. Um, It's just ridiculous. And look, on Pochettino, we all want Pochettino back. I think the majority of our fan base wants Pochettino back. But what we're going to do between now and Poch coming back, Poch is not going to drop the USA team to come back to Tottenham. He's not going to drop a chance to manage in the World Cup. I think Tottenham are handling this really badly. He should have been gone already. He should have been gone last night. There should have been a statement last night. Tottenham Hotspur, Tottenham Hotspur announced the sacking of Thomas Frank. Blah 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 blah. We wish him well in his future. We thank him for everything he's done for us. Blah 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 blah. And again, we're now at 12:15 on the 18th, and Tottenham still can't make up their mind if they want to keep him, if he wants to stay. I For me personally, I think it's the most stupidest decision. It's easy decision to make. I understand we're in the middle of a transfer window. I understand that we've got a big game coming up on Tuesday. But I'm sorry, the fans will not accept this. We're going to get the same again on Tuesday. A change needs to happen. If we've got any chance of qualifying for the Conference League, and I think that's where we're aiming for. We're not going to get Europa League. We're not going to get Champions League. They're dead. We're aiming for Conference League at the best. And if we do that, we need to do it now. And I just feel the board are gutless. They can't make a decision. Rain said it to me 3 or 4 times. They're rudderless. The board, the Tottenham Hotspurs, being run by clowns. I don't know. It's uh, I just I just I don't know. I just do not know. I don't know what the CEO is up to. I don't know what Vinay is doing. I just don't know. I Sorry, we were seeing a minute, guys. Sorry. But yeah, sorry, guys. Yeah. So look, I just don't know. I just do not know what the board are doing. We did have this other little bit of extra news. It seems to be Vinay. It's been a bit of a linchpin between the board and Frank. And Vinay for me can go as well. He's another useless article. But look, I will do a show on this later. I will do something on this later. If I get any more news today, I will bring to you first and fastest. Of course, I will. But that is the latest on Thomas Frank and where we are standing at the moment. Me personally, I think he should be gone already. But um, I do understand why the club have taken so long with this decision with the game on Tuesday. But we're not going to win the Champions League. What's the point? Seriously, what is the point? Right, let's get on with a few comments and then we will get on with the players' ratings. Simon, any transfer news, please? Simon, I am not getting anything yet. considering um talk about transfers. Talk about transfers. Uh okay, we've got some for you, Simon. You ask and you get delivered, bud. Here we are hearing that Akagichi is currently the name of the top of Spurs list, having already made their move an initial bid of £45 million. But Monaco are standing firm on a valuation of £55 million. Talks are described as ongoing rather than advanced, but crucially, this is a deal Tottenham want to do this window. The player is open to a move, attracted by the Premier League and a chance to be a central figure rather than a rotation options. Spurs see him as someone who can play on the left and an attacking midfield role or off the striker, giving flexibility depending on the manager's situation. There's an understanding internally that nothing will be pushed over the line until there's clarity on the manager's situation, whether Spurs commit to a long term project or a short term fix. If Monaco soften their stance or Spurs edge closer to the valuation, this one could move quickly. This is more club driven than anything else. So guys, that is the latest on that one. So let me know what you think on that. Big up to 1K10 Fly. Surely CEO talks with senior players and what if they say Frank is a great coach, but we need better. They're not saying that. I think that all the top players are saying that he's crap. His training sessions are boring. You've already had Romero come out against him. I think the players are done with them. I really do. Big up to We Are Spurs TV. Summer window was 8 out of 10. You must be joking. I'm glad to see happy emojis after that. So many fans called me negative because I was rating it 5 or 6. So many bit instead. For me, it was a 6 or 7. 6 probably. 7 a little bit higher, but there. So many Enix sympathies called to some. Look, We Are Spurs TV. Right. I'm going to say it now, right? I understand you're a member. I understand that you're entitled to your opinion. I get that. Okay. But everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone's entitled to how they support the club. You don't agree with the protests. You want the protests non-family. You want them more aggressive towards the border. What's that going to achieve? Nothing. You're now saying so many Enix sympathisers. People have a choice how they support the club. I understand you don't agree with it. I back the protests, right? I want England out of my club. Of course I do. I want this manager situation sorted out. Of course we do. But that's not fair on people that think Enoch are doing a good job or they have a different view to us. Everyone's entitled a different opinion. You're allowed your opinion. But I don't like calling out other fans who are Enoch sympathisers or it's the fans. I don't like that. And that is the problem we've got. People abuse me a lot for my views or how I see things or and that. And I just take it. I just well, that's your opinion. I don't care. But I think I never will call out another fan or never will call out anyone else for their opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. Everyone is entitled to theirs. But I hate the seeing this, oh, the Enid sympathizers or the Ann Jim people or you're an Ann Chow or you're Frank in, you're Frank out. We're all fans at the end of the day. Just respect other people's opinions. What did they expect from management? Yeah, I know. Didn't remember. Oh, with a rank, but he did. It says if I walked into a business a toe to make the workforce industry successful with shit staff, how would players in changing do? I get that. I do understand that. Yeah, well, that's not what Change Tottenham want to do. To be basically, don't want to do that, and you've got to respect them for that. And I think if you're doing a protest, you need everybody in charge. You need everybody on board. You don't need just one selection. Then the people that want to go to the protest and maybe not that vocal about it are scared to go because it's too aggressive. And then you're stopping them people protesting. I don't know how long you support Tottenham. I'm 44 years, and I just feel that we have to. When the protests were aggressive, I didn't want to join them, but now they're more like I feel I can join them because of my anxiety and my social anxiety I suffer with, and my autism and everything else, that I have my mental health issues, that I didn't feel safe joining them. Now I do. So just because you want aggressive, but you're then cutting out some of the fan base that do want to join, that do want to voice their opinion, that do want to join the protests. And just because we sing the Kulu song and Enoch song, it is about Enoch at the end of the day. If you listen to the song, Enoch don't care about me. All I care about is Kulizeski, and it is about Enoch. So I understand you want aggressive um, protests. I get that, and that's your opinion, and I respect your opinion. But for people like me that have social anxiety or don't like social anxiety with big crowds and that, you want to feel safe. You want to feel I can go to this protest. I can, voice my opinion. And I think Billy and the boys at Change for Tottenham do that very well. And they try to bring everyone into the fold. So I think sometimes you've got to see it from that point of view. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you have thought of that, and maybe you don't think it's right. But for me personally, I think Change for Tottenham are doing a very good job. But maybe you think differently. But I respect your opinion at the end of the day. Big up to Eddie. Didn't Frank just get a new high right hand man? It's obvious that they will sack him, Eddie. And he will go. That man was brought in, I think, to take over if Frank was sacked, to be fair. They had to bring in somebody because Matt Wells left, so they weren't going to leave him short-handed. But he's more of a club coach than he is a Thomas Frank coach. Big up Stephen Thomas. Was anyone above 5 yesterday? Frank's become bigger problems than players. I think he is. Big up to DJ AK. Big up to him, and the players have clearly given up, and you can see it in their motivation. It always comes down to recruitment, and that's on the owners. They dictate the direction we're going. New owners needed. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you watching 100%. Are they wishing Levy was still in charge so they can look? I think personally, look, I think Levy was right to go. You could probably praise him for some of the stuff he done, but also you can criticize him for the rest of the stuff he done. Sometimes was he a bit too trigger happy? Hell yeah, he was. Um, but I just think the board need to take. The board haven't got the balls to make a decision, and it's making us look weak. That's what it is. Right, let's get on with the player ratings, guys. I haven't got any more. Right, I've got a few more. Spurs are still shopping for an attacker, but the opportunity based rather than done. The feeling is Gallagher and Sosa is a base player, is a baseliner, and they will see what they can land up wide depending on exit the Manchester situation. Kevin Seachte named in circulation. Spurs have been linked with Kevin Seachte in reports suggesting competition. Newcastle United and Villa mentioned, and that Brentford don't want to sell mid-season. This is more watched and sort of like then advance. We've got Kehan Yedez linked with complication. Spurs have been mentioned among Premier League clubs interested, but there is also a report that Juve are trying to keep him downplaying exits. This one leads a big name linkage. Agent market pressure unless something changes quickly. The current situation with Frank is still in progress with talks. So some players want to know who they are working with, and this is that it's a project. This will be seen out rather than flash in the pan. So even now, the Thomas Frank situation is now affecting our transfers, which I can understand. If you're a player and you want to come to Tottenham, you want to know who you're playing for. Exactly right. Let's get on with it. It is the player ratings. This is what we got, and I've started with Jangula. With Bakaria, I'll give him a 5. I thought Bakaria yesterday, 2 good saves from Suchik and the Mavropop efforts, but but the I don't know what he was thinking, but for the Wilson goal, totally at fault for that. Went flapping, as you know, but that undid all the good work he did early in the game. He did keep it in with 2 really good saves, and the third one with the Wilson goal went flapping, and then tried blaming everyone else for his mistake, trying to go up to the referee, saying he was pushed. He wasn't. He was blaming defenders for not doing their work. It was just him causing havoc. For me, I'm sorry to say this, but for me, he needs to go in the summer. We need a new goalkeeper. I don't think Vicario too many mistakes. He's costing us too many points this season, and I think Vicario needs to go. So I'll give him a 5 for me. Pedro Porro for me gets a 5 as well. One good cross for the Spurs goal and a late block from Wilson. That was before Wilson did get the winner. So, but I was at fault for some of Somerville's goal. He let him have his shot, he gave him the time, gave him the space, and that is all you can say. Porro again, another poor performance from Pedro Porro. Absolutely. But I give him a 5 because I would have given him a 2, but I gave him a 5 because of the good cross for the good, the assist for the goal, and the late block from Wilson as well. Mickey van der Ven was cause booked as well, and I give him a 7. Van was very unlucky for some of us. Goal did get the deflection for the West Ham opener. Couldn't really do much about it. It really was unlucky. But Somerville, but looked upset at full time. He did really genuinely look heartbroken. We lost that game. Made a huge last ditch block to deny Somerville a second goal. And he played well in generally for Mickey. Did get booked as well, but I'm giving him a 7 because he always tries, he never gives up, and he always gives it his all. Christian Romero gets a 6 for me. Yellow card, that's his 7th book, and I think he's one away. He gets one more, and I think if he gets that in the Burnley game, he will serve a 2-match ban. Also got an equaliser as well. Got his 8th yellow of the season, scored the goal to get us back in the game, and tried to lead by example. Tried to lead, one of the few players to put his foot in as well, by the way. And really, I thought he did all right yesterday, Romero, but was let down with people around him. We've got Ben Davies. Look, nothing really for Ben Davies. Wasn't on the field long enough. Did get booked early on. But went off. We think was suspected leg injury, maybe a broken leg. We are still waiting for an update from Tottenham Hotspur on his condition, but I do feel Davies is out for the season. And will we see him in the Spurs shirt again? I don't know. But also, don't forget, he's also got Wales are in the World Cup. So, will he be back for that? That would be his aim. That would be his aim to get back in for the World Cup. Ben Davies, wish you all the very best, Ben Davies, for your recovery. We're all with you, mate. We're all with you. We got Archie Gray. I gave him a 6 yesterday. I thought, look, I was very critical of Archie Gray yesterday, but when I watched the game back again, I realized he had a bit of first half than I gave him credit for. He was one there, was putting contra tackles in. He was trying to make things happen, I would say. But for me, I gave him had a good first half, was unlucky to be subbed. He was very unlucky to be subbed. But I don't think you're going to be taking off Gallagher on his own debut. Also got booked as well, but did try yesterday. We've got Sammy Simmons, give him a 6. Have I missed a player here now? Have I missed a player? No, I haven't. Xavi Simmons. Where's Simmons? Where's Simmons on my list of players? Didn't put him in. Didn't write notes for Simmons. Anyway, okay, Simmons gets a 6 for me, so I'm going to do this from memory. First half, okay-ish. Second half, tried. Couldn't get past his man a lot, but he did try, and he was putting an effort in. And I think that's what it is. He realised it was a London derby. He was one of the few players to put an effort in, to be fair. And was trying to make things happen. Let down by the 3 in front of him. Let down by Morani. Let down by Odegaard. And let down a little bit by Tell as well. But he was generally let down by the people. When he did create any chances, he was just snuffed out, and West Ham marked him out of the game. So a 6 from me for Xavi Simmons. We got Wilson Odegaard, give him a 5. Had one chance but went missing for the rest of the game. Poor game. And it was a poor game. Should have been taken off when we brought Solanke on. I think took off the wrong player, but Frank's sort of admission. Frank's general admission was, Odegaard plays better on the right than Tell. Well, I think that's a bullshit admission. He should have been taken off. But for me, generally bad game. But a 5. He gets a 5 for effort. I think effort a little bit in the game, but yeah, generous. I probably am a little bit generous with my ratings. I think I saw the game a little bit differently the second half. I took emotion out of it, Stephen, and I think when I watched it, I sat down watching it as a neutral, not as a Tottenham fan. And maybe I saw things that if I ran it by emotion and did these play ratings straight after the game and read on my Tottenham emotion, I think they all got one or two or three. But I think when I sat back, and I've got to be level headed about this, I've got to be fair. And I had to sit down and watch it as a non Tottenham fan. And I just felt some of these players look scared. They don't want to play for the manager. They just no idea what they're doing. I think the manager's the bigger problem. I don't think it's the players. I think the players don't know what the tactics are, and I think the manager's the bigger problem for me than the players. So maybe that's why my ratings are a little bit, as you say, generous, and probably they are. But for me, I just feel I have to add everything into the melting pot when I'm doing these ratings. So I'd be interested to hear what you think. But put your ratings in. I'd love to know. And I've seen Mary's putting hers in. I've seen Eddie's putting his in as well. So I will read them out in a minute once I've done mine. But Terence Tell gets a 5 as well. Was unlucky to get subbed for the down for Dom. Played well, looked upset, and the crowd was upset too. The crowd were very upset. And I said it yesterday. I don't know if you guys remember when Nuno took Moura off against Manchester United, and the crowd reacted to that. This, for me, was Frank's Nuno moment when he took 10 off. This is for me when the crowd realised this man hasn't got a clue what he's doing. And then to come up with a BS, expectation of, well, sorry, well, Odegaard plays better on the left, on the right. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. We just didn't plan to get the right. We sold Brendan Johnson, and then we're stuck with Odegaard, who's a left-sided player playing on the right. Please give me a break. Give me a break. But for me, unlucky, but might flourish under a new manager. For me, Gallagher, I don't know why Gallagher's there. Sorry, Gallagher is coming. Gallagher for me gets a 7. I thought he brought energy to the midfield, was at fault for the West Ham first goal, but tried very hard in the second half to put it right. And I think he did. I think he was one of the better players yesterday. And I thought we saw a lot from Gallagher. And I thought he played well yesterday. I really, really did. So big up to Gallagher making his home debut. We got Morani, got a 4 for me, was very poor. Enough said. That's it. Enough said. Um, I think I think I was generous with this one. I think I should have given him a 2 because he was brutal. But I thought when I watched it back, he wasn't getting a lot of service. But was that down to the wingers or was that down to him? Was that down to West Ham marking him out of the game? And I just put everything into the melting pot. And maybe I should do these play ratings emotionally of straight after the game, but I don't. I leave them for a couple of hours and try to watch the game again and understand and try to get a proper understanding of the game. So maybe I'm a bit too lenient. Maybe I am. Maybe these ratings are a little bit lenient, guys. And then we've got Ben Davis for Jed Spence. I thought Spence, come on. Spence for me. Let me bring up I have got these written down. There we go. Right, Spencer's me got shouted out by Frank for not being ready. Had a chance save, did not offer much going forward. He gets probably a 5 from me. Jed Spence coming on 15 minutes for Ben Davis. We've got Archie Gray coming from Basuma. Basuma, first game of the season, did really well. He came on, did look good though, he looked really well, even though this was his first game of the season. Probably playing in the African combinations probably helped his fitness as well. But came on after 45 minutes after Gray was hooked off. I thought he'd done brilliant. Had his first good shot, didn't he, from outside the area? Tried it, and yeah, well done. Well done, Basuma. You've earned a little bit of respect back from me. Long way to go, bud, but you've learned some. And will a new manager give him a chance as well? That's the thing. Will he react to a new manager? We have to wait and see. Solanke on Patel. I mean, everyone will agree this is a substitution that baffles us even now. Should have been Odegaard for Solanke, but it wasn't. It was Tel for Solanke. Solanke came on, got minutes, but that was it for him. Didn't see a lot from him at all. And then coming on in the 90th minute, Odegaard come off, Burville come on, came on late, a little more likely to find a way through and get an equaliser or winner for us. But yeah, came on too late for me. And that is it. That is my player ratings, guys. What do you say to that? Let me know what you think. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comment section. We have got Mary with Courier with 5. She's giving Porro a 2, Mickey at 5. She's giving Romero a 6. Eddie's gone for Porro 1, Odebear 1, Flapping Keeper 4, Simmons 3. We've got Gray for 4 for Mary. We've got Mary also giving Shabby a 5. Frank gets a -10. He got a -1 for me. Have I got one more? Oh, yeah, I did, yeah. I've got Frank's rate coming up as well, guys. Tail 5. Any news on Ben's injury? Never good. No, not yet. I'm still waiting for an update. Connor 7. I think you may agreed in that, Mary. That's interesting. And then Morani 1. And then we've got, and Ben Davis should have been out the door 2 years ago. The testimonial thing went out the window with a huge rise in salary. Maybe so. Maybe so. And maybe you're right. Maybe you are right. He should have won 2 years ago, but Tottenham see it differently somehow. I don't know why, but they do. And Thomas Frank, for me, gets a -1. That is his rating for the game. Sooner he is gone, the better. Well, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Yes, we will be back later with any breaking news on the Thomas Frank situation. There will be a video. I might do something tonight at 10 o'clock. I don't know yet. Or I might do something tomorrow because we do have the build-up show and all the stuff coming out for the Dortmund game on Tuesday. So yes, we've got to get that sorted. So that will be sorted for tomorrow. Will it be Thomas Frank's last game in charge? Who knows? We're going to get we will get a video done with Rain, who was at the game yesterday. I will speak to him today and see what we can sort out. But any more breaking news, guys, on transfers or the manager, we'll bring to you first and fastest as we always do. So come on, you Spurs, in the cockle we trust. We never stop. We will see you either late today or tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs.